We continue our conversation with Kathie Lee Gifford.
As Christians, how do we share our faith today and not seem, overbearing, or people get worried about how to do that? How can we live that out in a way that people can hear of the gentle grace of God?
Yes. Well, I think if we put so much emphasis on sharing it, sometimes we forget to live it.
Yeah.
And I have found, being most of the time the only Christian in an environment, that the less I say and the more I do is a greater witness.
Right.
And if they see something in my life, that a kindness, a lack of narcissism, a lack of ego, a sensitivity to other people, you just remember somebody's name. I remember the first time I got my big break in show business, it was called Name That Tune. It was 1977.
I used to watch you.
And I had my little Dorothy helmet.
You were beautiful.
Helmet head. And thank you. And I remember the first time I walked in, I said, Lord, just please help me to always be kind, to always have a smile. Just let me be love. And so 5 weeks later, after all of the weeks of production ended, my daddy was leaving the theater, and the sweet black man that had been the guard at the gate every day for 5 weeks stopped my daddy. My daddy told me this later. He said, Mr. Epstein, I just want to tell you something about your girl. This meant the world to me. He said, every time she came through the door, love came with her. And I'm remembering that now for the first time in years. My daddy's gone now. But I remember even then my heart was, I'm in this place I don't really know. I mean, I'm a Christian in a secular world. Use me, and I was 21 years old or something at the time, and that was confirmation from an unusual source.
Yes.
That it's easy to be nice to the executive producer, the person who's paying you, but the man, maybe the lowliest person in the world's sight, had felt like I had been kind to him. So I think as Christians, that's our ministry, is our testimony, not a verbal one often, but a living one. And that's why Christians shouldn't really condemn people of faith that are in the secular world.
Right.
They need prayer. It's a hard place to be. And it's easy to criticize. But if you really love your brothers and sisters in the secular world, get on your knees and pray for them.
Yeah.
Really show your love. Jesus said they'll know you are Christians. They'll know you by your love for one another. And we spend a little bit too much time sharing our opinions instead of sharing our prayers.
Yeah. I think it's a very New Testament model. Jesus certainly heals the sick and feeds the hungry, and reaches to the outcast before he preaches a sermon.
Meet their physical, bodily needs. Then they're open to a spiritual message of love, because you've proven that you are loved by the way you've ministered to them.
Well, we thank you for being with us, and we love your work and your witness,
Thank you so much.
and truly for sharing the gentle grace of Christ with us today.
It's my honor. Thank you
so much.
Up next, John Arthur Martinez of Nashville Star.
Good News with Don and Cheryl is brought to you by Bella, in theaters October 26th.